Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with the Bersa BP9cc in 9mm. This is a polymer framed, striker fired, what I like to call a micro-compact pistol. It has a single stack magazine that holds 8 9mm rounds, plus you get the one in the chamber. I went ahead and I purchased this firearm because I did a review on the TPR, and I'll put a link in the description below about that, and I was really impressed with it. And I had fallen into that trap of just believing what everybody else has said about certain companies, and people had talked negatively about this Argentinian company. And I went to the range today. I went to the Ghost Whisperers range, and again, old habits die hard. I felt, like this might not be the best firearm out there. And then you add into the fact that I just don't shoot micro compacts particularly well. I went in with not thinking this was going to turn out that great. And I was completely wrong. This gun fired flawlessly. Ate up all the ammo that I put through it from the very beginning. I was shooting very well. I was hitting, we shoot at 20 yards at the Goat Whisperers Ranch, and I was hitting 6-inch steels. I was hitting 14-inch steels pretty regularly. Now, I will tell you, and I kind of brought this up in the first impressions, that there is no defined wall on this gun. So I had done a fair amount of dry firing with this gun, and I felt like I could, figure out that trigger pretty early on, pretty quickly. I will be honest with you, there's a couple of times where that that lack of a wall kind of surprised me of when it broke. So that's something to keep an eye on. If you're going to purchase this pistol, you're going to want to make sure that you put lots of practice in it at home with dry fire drills and also at the range. But again, it was very comfortable to shoot. I've owned an M&P Shield before, and this is very similar. It's a little bit bigger in all dimensions, which I like. I like this. I feel that this grip is better. I also feel like the dimensions from this to this was a little bit better. I always kind of felt like the M&P Shield was a little bit longer than it needed to be. This just feels great in the hand. It's a natural pointer. I brought it up to target without any problems whatsoever. I also feel that the additional space in between the front and the rear sight gives for a little bit more accuracy. I struggled with my M&P Shield and with my Glock 43, and I just never felt like that I shot it that well. And I never felt that way with this pistol. The texturing was nice. I felt like it was in my hand pretty well. I know a lot of people would feel that this is kind of light texturing, and so if you're one of those people that like a really aggressive grip, you're probably going to want to get some Talon grips with this. But I felt that it was very nice. I put it in the Goat Whisperer's hand. He said something similar about the trigger. He felt that it's not an intuitive trigger, but he got right on top of it and shot really well. And for a budget pistol, for if you're wanting that micro compact, that really narrow, less printing of your firearm, this is a great option. I will be completely honest with you. If you told me that I had to carry a micro compact, my three options were the Glock 43, the Smith & Wesson Shield, or this Bersa, I would pick this Bersa. And that's there's just nothing you can say about it. I shoot this pistol better, and the fact that it's inexpensive is nice as well. Now, for some downsides, I will tell you I had no problems, but I will say that these magazines, they're not Metgar. They're no name brand that I can see. They don't seem overly stout, overly strong. I had no problems with it, though, and it does come with 2 in the box. One of the other things is it comes with these very small sights in the back, but this very large one in the front. When I was working on the dueling tree, which has 6-inch steels, I found I was a little bit less accurate. I feel that this big white front dot is going to make it a little bit harder for like super accurate shooting. Yet, for what it's designed for, which is to hit a body-sized target for relatively close quarters, this is actually a really nice thing. The magazine disconnect safety, I'm not a big fan of it. And when I told the Goat Whisperer, hey, do some dryer fire drills, he couldn't do it. The mags were already loaded up, so he just had to do it kind of dry. Now the Goat Whisperer is a great shot, so it really didn't affect him too negatively. Mine, it was a little stiff with the thumb, but I find if I flip it over and I use this finger, it just pops right out. So again, this, when you get into a firearm that is maybe a little bit more of a budget pistol, there's going to be little idiosyncrasies that you're going to have to practice with, and this is no exception. That being said, I think it's a great firearm. The accessory rail is nice. It's a little ridiculous with it as narrow as it is. Your light's thicker than your gun is. But if that's your thing, then that's great. Little extras like the loaded chamber indicator that you can feel is very nice. The takedown, not ideal, but definitely something that you can get to and work with without too much trouble on it. So if anybody's thinking about buying a Mico-Compact pistol, they really should think about the Bersa. Little things like these thumb grips and the finger grips for you to get a good purchase on it. They thought this gun out well. So if somebody's thinking about it, share this video with them. I really appreciate all the likes and the comments that you guys give me, and you stay classy, YouTube.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.